Today we will learn about how to annotate photographs. Annotating is when you add labels to a photograph, or a map, or a diagram to highlight the most important parts. Annotating can also be used to add extra information such as processes that might be taking place. We also annotate to add in missing bits of information so that people can understand the photograph better. In this first example, I have a photograph of Mount Tongariro, a volcano in New Zealand. Like any other visual presentation, I'll give it a title, Mount Tongariro. Now I will start labelling features. Just to the left of the screen we have the North Crater. Then panning right, I will label the steaming Te Mare crater which erupted last year. In front of this is the Blue Lake, and in front of that is the Red crater. Now I will label the South crater. And finally I will label the summit of Mount Tongariro, which is 1967 metres. In this next example, I have a photograph of a stretch of coastline in New Zealand. I will give it a title. Then, I will label features as I did in the previous photograph, but I will also add in extra information about some of the coastal processes taking place there. The features include the sand dunes, a headland, we have two stacks, there is a wave-cut platform, and there are cliffs. Then there are processes such as wave diffraction around the stack. You can see breaking waves, and there's the transportation and deposition of sand by wind. I will also add in missing information such as the wind direction or information about the geology of the cliffs. These cliffs are made up of a volcanic material called andesite. You may need to compare the photograph to a map to work out what direction you were facing when you took the photograph. When annotating a photograph of an urban environment, you should include details such as a title, which in this case is the Auckland Central Business District, the height of buildings, for example the 328 metre Sky Tower, the style and age of buildings, infrastructure features such as the ports of Auckland and the Devonport Wharf, building density, for example, is this showing high-rise apartments or quarter-acre blocks? The building type, is this area residential or is it commercial or industrial? You also want to label any geographic features. For example, in the background here you can see the Waitakere Ranges. If applicable, you can also add information about open space, like reserves, amenities such as shops, bus stops, taxi ranks, post office, banks, traffic, and finally the number of pedestrians on the street. Now it's your turn. Take a screenshot of this photograph and see if you can annotate it. Remember, when using photographs for any research project, use photographs that are going to relate back to the aims of your research.